Hello and welcome to a special episode of GA Flying. Today we are in Japan. I was surprised by Asobo and Microsoft releasing it today. I kind of followed the news, but didn't really anticipate this release at all. It's the second update for Japan that they have released. From what I could see, actually, the first update was the World Update 1, and now today the World Update 20. Okay? So obviously this will be a showcase of those changes, not all of it, because there is a lot. And at the same time we will do some flying with the CowanSim S76 that you can see here. Actually, there was a survey on my channel and people said that they want the Piper, which we have done, and that they want the CowanSim, which I was supposed to prepare. And then the news dropped, right? The update dropped. And I figured out it's like the perfect opportunity, because also in this pack, in this CowanSim S76, there is a livery for Japan. Okay. Other than this, I wanted to do something with Japan for a very long time, because like circa a year ago, I was flying there more, but the scenery wasn't always the best, right? So now I'm just eager to figure out how it will be, after those changes from today. As you can see, we have rain. This time we will be flying with real weather, right? Just pulled down a little bit because it's night in Japan now. And I hope I will not regret it. Doesn't look that bad. Okay, so actually we are at one of those new airports that were added, well, the custom version of it were added in this update. Okay. I think it's called Riishi, but let me just double check. No, I'm wrong. It's Rishiri. Okay, but I was close. So we are on a small volcanic island, actually, that only has this one airport. I can show it to you. So here, and this is also where we will start. We will go along the coast and then into one of the main cities. Okay. But before we start, let us talk about like what the update covers. So actually here I needed to use the help of AI, because it was very hard to find all of the places that were like listed in this news article from today. If you haven't seen the video, I do recommend to watch it. So just to make my life easier, sadly, I had to use it, right? So I just ordered like a nice map of all of the changes that are mentioned in the description. Okay, and as you can see on the main island there is the most of the stuff, but for today we will be checking out Hokkaido, so the second largest island, and it should have 4 of those points of interest. Actually there is one additional one, like a space center that is somewhere here. But AI didn't catch it, obviously, but I didn't check it later manually. Certainly we will probably not have time to also visit it. So the plan for today will be Rishiri, where we are now, then the Observatory here, then Sapporo, where there are some changes, and then Mount Yotei, which is like an active volcano and should also look wonderful. This is around 200 miles, a little bit less, so maybe we will do some cuts. That depends on how interesting the scenery will be along the way here, okay? And just for people that are also interested in those missions that they are also like adding most of the time, let me just open a nice short version of this article. Here you can see the discovery flights. There's also like a bush flight here, so there's a lot to do. That's saying I want to use the CowanSim today, right? So we will not do any of those scripted activities. We will be just doing some sightseeing. Okay. So let me just get this one out of the way. We can see the rain kind of went away, but looking at this wall here of water, it will probably come back in a moment. Okay. So Aero Asashi is one of the 2 Japan liveries in the pack that you're getting with the helicopter. I think the other one is the Japanese Coast Guard. Okay, but for now, let's take the civilian one. So let's get inside. Okay, let me just pull down the volume a little bit to not make it too loud for you guys. Let us pretend that we will be doing like a VIP flight. Okay, so we want the luxury cabin. And let's do maybe those passengers. Okay, let's go to the back. Here you can see some rock stars in our VIP cabin. Okay, they needed to load. Okay. Now you can see them fully. Okay. Look like wealthy people. So let's not disappoint them, right? Okay, so I will start up quickly without much explanation because the way is kind of long. If you are interested in how to start up the aircraft, right, there are multiple guides on my channel about the CowanSim, so you can use this. Okay, so battery, master warning, anti-collision. Okay. I hope I do remember it because it's already 1 month since I have flown it. Okay. Stabilized, so we can use... Oh, obviously, sorry, I forgot about the fuel. Okay. And now the same thing with the other one. Whoops, not this one. Sorry, helicopter, this one. Okay, so the same. Lock, start. Okay. Okay, they should stabilize around 50. And then we will pull them to 70. Okay. Okay, gently. And they should be around 70. Yeah, okay, so now we can turn all of the rest of the stuff on. So inverters, both generators, the AC generator that will go off and we will have to recycle them, and all of the radios here. Okay. Passenger signs. Okay, emergency lights armed. We will probably need the pitot heat with so much like moisture around, but we will see. Yes. It's actually 20 degrees outside, so maybe not. I have prepared the GPS plan on the map, right, MSFS map. I think it should work fine with this navigation. Okay, let's lock the cabin door. As this is loading, we can kind of play the welcome message.
Welcome aboard the CowanSim S76. We're proud to have you flying with us today. Before we depart, please ensure your seatbelt is fastened low and tight across your lap. Remain seated at all times during flight and keep clear of the doors. This aircraft is equipped with emergency exits on both sides, and your pilot will guide you in the event of an emergency. We're committed to your comfort and safety, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight.
Okay. Let's just get the QNH. Okay, 1006. No, so we first have to set it here. 1006. Am I saying it right? Yeah, so this means it's 2975, 2974, I guess. So obviously you don't have to do it, I'm just using it as a converter, right, which is pretty convenient. Okay, I guess I will maybe pull down the volume a little bit, because it's pretty loud inside. Okay, so let's just do it like this. I can just pull it up for you a little bit so you can hear it let's take a look outside. Yeah, I forgot how cool those outside sounds were in this one. Okay, let's just turn on those nice looking lights here at the rotor blades. Okay, and I guess with this we can go, maybe let's change to direct. Okay, now we can go full power. Okay, it is stable, which is nice. So this means that we have no strange inputs that are hidden here. We can do the logo light, but it's not modeled outside, right? And I guess, yeah, let's turn on the lights now, because later I will not have like a free hand. Okay. We don't have a co-pilot that will be able to turn them on for us. Let's use the blinking ones because we have full visibility, right? Okay. And let's turn on the AP, our side of the navigation, right? And SAS can stay. Okay. I do hope I didn't forget anything. I just did like a guide for this. Let's hope I still know how it works. Yeah, seems fine. At the AC generator, like always, like recycle. Okay, and we should be fine. Okay, we can use some wipers. I did click something, I'm not sure what. Oh, here, engine test. Okay, wasn't intended. Okay, let me just make sure I will have head tracking. Yep. And yep. Seems to work. So I guess we can try to get on our way then. Is this on max? This is on max. Oops. I just felt like it moved for a second. Well, the weather isn't very good. Do we want to... Yeah, maybe with this weather, let's just taxi using the wheels that we have. So the visibility is really not the best. Yeah, real weather flying. Okay. Let's just hope it will be nice. Nice. I was looking at like the forecast, and it should get nicer, right? I mean the one in the sim. Let me just see. Okay. Now it should work better. From what I could see, like in like 20-30 minutes it should clear up and the weather should be beautiful, but maybe I'm wrong. You will see. Okay. Outside view. Okay, well, I think we can hover from here, so let's turn on the radar. Okay, it's on. All is on here. It's fine, this is fine. Pulse light, everything is on. Cabin is closed. We don't need to center the heading back yet. Okay, so it seems like we can start. Let me just make sure that we have the navigation that I like. Okay. Let me get a good view. Last outside view. Oh, rainbow. Okay. Oh, let's go. Oh, I wanted to hover. Okay. And with this, we can just retract the gear. Yeah, now it starts looking better. Some nice windsock. You can see pretty strong wind. Some construction works, I guess, on this airport, so I do recommend to check it out, right, when you will download this update. Let's see this small town here. Some pretty nice detail. Okay, this one I really like. Okay, let's take a look. So this is like a volcanic island. I would expect this in the center to be a volcano. This one, sadly, I didn't have the time like to read. This should be true. Okay. Even more nice buildings, nice vegetation. I like those like small areas of rain and sunshine. It's always something that like the sim does best, pretty much. Okay. I guess we can get rid of the wipers. Yeah, I have to say, after like flying the what was it, the Alouette and the 500C, I'm no longer used to this one. And so I guess we have those like strong wind blows that we could see on the SOC, throwing us around here. I hope the autopilot will be able to manage it, because like in the past my experience was that like if the wind was very strong it could like lose control. So let's hope this won't happen here. Okay, this weather is pretty nice. Okay, let us play around with the autopilot now. So let's enter the heading back. So let's use ATP, and here nav and altitude hold. Okay. Now with this we will be able, let's also do speed hold, IAS, right? And let's just increase the speed. We have this nice auto throttle here. Okay, but we are being thrown around a lot. We can just hide this one. Okay, and I think we can also get rid of this light here. Okay, so we'll just stow it. Yeah, looks really nice. Okay, now we do have this. Okay, let me just move the heading back. Oh, because we are on nav. Okay, so we don't need to do it. It will just follow it. So let's just see how close to the limit we are. Okay, so the standing speed shows us clearly that the wind is pretty strong. We can see here 35 knots, right? So maybe let's not accelerate because then we will overspeed. So let's just enjoy the view for this short flight to the shore then. So maybe let me tell you about like the island where we are. So this is the most northern island, like from those big islands, right, of Japan. It's Hokkaido, and I was actually like flying here when I was doing my world tour, coming like from the Russian islands from the north, and this is also where I almost crashed. Because I did lose I think it was the left engine in the Cessna 310, but still I was like very lucky. Let me show you. Okay, are we stable? Yeah, we are. Okay. So this is pretty much this island, Hokkaido, right? I was coming from here, and I've lost my engine somewhere around here. So I was pretty lucky, because this was a very long way. I think I started here, I think. It's Kamchatka. I'm not sure what it is in English, right? Flying from here, this is pretty challenging because there are almost no radio navigation aids. And I was doing this world tour only with radio navigation, right? So when I was already happy that I'm close, I lost the engine. And I think I did emergency land here with pretty strong winds, which was like a lot of fun if you have only one from two engines, right? So you will see how the wind will be today. For now it's very strong. So in a helicopter it might be really challenging, right? It's still 30 degrees. 30 knots, right? Yeah, but the CowanSim is doing a great job, like most of the time. Is there anything else that we don't need? We can release the passengers, let them have some fun, and all of the rest seems needed for now. I really like how the texture looks now, right, with this light that we have. So this is something with the CowanSim, right, that if it's like only very bright direct sunlight, then it looks pretty bad. But if there's like some side lighting, right, or like milder light, I guess, in the close to the evening and close to the morning, this texture gains like a lot of detail. So I do hope that in the 2024 version that they will release, they will make it even better, right? So that it will look great in all of the lighting conditions and not only in some of them. So coming back to, as we have some time, coming back to the survey that I've mentioned, right? So the most people voted for the Piper and the CowanSim, but I also like promised that there will be the CowanSim with a mission, right? In the mission hub. So this is not the case. As you can see, we have no mission, but I do promise that I will obviously also do some helicopter flying with the mission. I just couldn't pass up this opportunity here because I was really waiting for Japan to improve for longer, right? So I'm really eager to check it out and see how it will look like. This one small island that we started from already looked great, right? But in the beginning, Japan was kind of a mixed bag. There were like areas that were beautiful and some that were pretty low detail. So we will see if now this will be more unified. I already forgot how much I like this helicopter. This is even kind of nice. Yeah, maybe after the Piper, right? That has some of those lower res textures. I'm kind of getting excited by pretty average stuff. Yeah, but I do like how this one looks. Okay, let us do like a small outside view. Yeah, I think this might be my favorite sounding helicopter, an MSFS, like from the ones that I own. I also like how like the main rotor is totally distinct from the tail rotor if they are working. In many of the other helicopters, right, it's just one humming noise, and here you can clearly distinguish them, and they have like a different character, but are both pretty meaty, I guess, which is always cool. Let's enter the heading back. Okay. Yeah, I do remember something still about how to fly this one. This already looks pretty promising, so we will see. Yeah, ominous here. Okay, so those are like the benefits of flying with like real weather, right? But like obviously the drawback is that we might get unlucky and we would not see anything, but here it's like perfect. It's at the same time dramatic, and we do have good visibility, right? So it's perfect for recording a video. Okay, and we will see how much is left. This is sadly like still a bug, right? It's kind of made even worse by me using DLSS for this flight, but also without DLSS and the current version of this helicopter, this tends to blur. Okay, let's do an outside view now that we see some more. Oh, I can see that it might be too loud for you guys. Okay, so just pulling it down. Oh. Yeah, the weather is perfect today. Okay, we can increase the speed a little bit. So we will move back to the coast, somewhere there, because there will be this observatory, which is one of those points of interest that they have added. Okay. The wind is now slower, so we can make him accelerate a little bit more. It's really like refreshing to have so many functions in a helicopter, right? Even with auto throttle, or I guess in this case, auto collective. Let's maybe check if we will be able to see any of the lights inside. Maybe, kind of, not sure. Okay. Okay, not bad. Oops, some legs. Okay, let me maybe use head tracking for this one. See if we can see anything interesting. Yeah, to be honest, I really like that like some aircraft don't have those standard MSFS avatars, I mean from 2024, because like for most of the aircraft, my avatar that I have created for 2024 doesn't really fit, right? I have kind of created him for the, what is it called? The career mode, because I just wanted like to create like an older guy that looks like he needs some money, because he was supposed to be at the beginning like of this road, like to get to being rich, but he doesn't fit most of the aircraft that I'm really flying. So I'm not really a big fan of what they have done in 2024, right? That it's always your avatar. That saying, obviously, if you go out of the aircraft, you need to have like an avatar to walk around. Okay, we can increase the speed even more, and we will see how he will manage this turn here. There should be like a visual bug, I think, because always when there are like what is it called? Perpetual lines, I guess. And you have like a tight turn, this effect here bugs out for a second. That saying, from what I know, it's supposed to be fixed. But now like the CowanSim developer, right? They have two, I think, is working on all of the other helicopters to bring them this new SAS functionality that we have here and the autopilot. So they have had lots and lots of work with other stuff lately. But after that, I hope they will go back to the S76, although from what they say, it's not really like a big success when it comes to the sales. I guess maybe because of those like small visual bugs that you can see like immediately, right, if you're using it, but also probably because it's really hard to fly. I mean, obviously it's not, I'm not touching the controls for longer, but it's hard to understand how to make it fly correctly, right? Because most of those functionalities are not the same as in like planes, for example. So people get easily lost. Actually, when talking about being lost in this aircraft, there are some fans of this helicopter on the Discord, on the CowanSim Discord, that pretty much from the beginning when it was released are working like on a user manual for this one. Because like the standard manual is pretty brief, like I like brief manuals, but this is really too brief. So they are working on a very thick manual with lots and lots of graphics inside. Are we flying correctly? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I was afraid. Oh, now you can see this like small bug, right? When there's a tight turn incoming and you're on GPS, it will for a second show both of those routes, right? And now we can hear some nice like slapping of the rotors, of the rotor blades. Okay, let me just see. It's 20 miles to the observatory, or not yet? No, there was supposed to be like a small town. So just to make it more exciting, we might do some hand flying. This might be interesting, like if we'll be able to fit between the mountains and the black clouds, right? Let me do an outside view. Yeah, interesting. I do have to say this helicopter, like the outside view of it, the exterior, does remind me of the one from Jurassic Park, because I was rewatching the movies lately. And I think in one of the first episodes, there was like an engine one that is very close to it, but I do think it was like an Augusta, right? And not a Sikorsky, or whatever it's called in English. In Polish, it's Sikorsky, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean, everything is working out, which is strange in my videos. Okay, let's do some hand flying then. Okay, so let's change to SAS. Okay. And let's go down. Okay, so this nice sound of the rotor blades. I really like it. I mean, even the vegetation seems a little bit different than in other places. Okay, let's not overspeed too much. Yeah, some really nice visuals. You always need to remember that this like helicopter doesn't react like the ones that don't have the FADEC, right? You don't get this like immediate reaction like with the analog ones, I guess, and need to always watch out for the limits. Yeah, it really looks nice. I mean, it looks like 100 times better than when I was here over Hokkaido, like this year ago. Or maybe I was just like unlucky and I was like in a different area. And this looks really good, especially with how close to the ground we are. Yeah, nice. So when it comes to Japan, I'm kind of always wanted to visit, I mean to see the country, but sadly, like from Poland it's not only like 20 hours to flight there, but also it's like crazy money, pretty much. And I couldn't find anyone that would like to like go there with me, because pretty much of those two factors, right? Either people don't want to fly like for 20 hours or they don't want to spend so much money, right, with other places that are also cool, being much closer. Ooh, okay. I think today it really paid off to get real weather, because this really looks amazing. And I think we are nearing like a rain front, I guess, so we will see. Okay, some updrafts over the mountains. Yeah, I think the torque limit that we see sometimes, like when you hear the power being limited, right, and you can see it changing to red. I think it's a little bit overdone. I think the limit like should be more tolerant, I guess. But the developer was also talking about this one, that like with this type of advanced simulation that they have, they are blocked by what the sim can do, and normally it should be well, let you move up more. Okay, so this is pretty much the opposite of what you have in the MH60, where it's pretty much always green, right? No matter what you do, it's very hard to go to the limit. And I also watched like one of those real MH60 or UH60 pilots, and he said this is also like not realistic, right? That it's so hard to reach the limit, and the levels there are too low. So pretty much they are wrong here and are wrong in the MH60. It's just that in the MH60 they choose the better option, so it always stays long, so you don't really notice that something is wrong with it, right? Here you notice because you obviously see the limit being reached, right? Wow, I really like those forests. Okay. It was really worth it. Yeah, and this nice haze and this warm light. Pretty cool. I hope I won't crash here. Okay. I'm just wondering if it will register if we arrive at this waypoint. Just wondering what the tolerance is for those waypoints, for it to count that you have crossed it. And we will see. Sorry, I still need to get used to the head tracking. But I need to remember that if I like want to look at something quickly, it might be like too fast of a move for you when you're watching. So when it comes to the other island, the one that has the most changes, right? The one in the south, I will probably also do some videos, but I need to figure out like an interesting way to do it. So I don't want to do just like a second showcase, right, of the points of interest. Maybe a mission there? I'm not sure. We will see. But I for sure will want to do it. I'm just too fascinated, I guess, with the country here, to not see everything that this change offers. And obviously, I want to show it to you. I would imagine like many people can't try it out immediately, right? So they at least want to see how it looks like, how the quality of those changes is. And as you can see, I mean, at least this view here is breathtaking. I'm not sure how well it will be visible on YouTube, because YouTube does seem to have those problems with like those very subtle gradients, right? If it's just like not very dark or not very bright, but just somewhere in between, I see there is like a lot of pixelization and stuff happening. Those like small changes in the brightness of pixels, I guess, isn't something that works very well with the encoding. But we will see. I mean, I cannot preview it before it's not converted by YouTube, sadly. Okay, those buildings seem a little bit generic, although maybe this yellow one is unique. Okay, now we can see this one that tells us that we need to turn around. So let's just do it and not fly into the mountain. Yeah, I just need to remember that I'm not in the Alouette. It is very, very difficult to over-torque. I mean, you can do it, but you will not notice it, right? And here it immediately gives you the warning, and you can hear the change in pitch, right? Okay. Looks really unique and interesting. We are overspeeding a little bit, so sorry for that. But I also don't want it to like take up all of your time today, right? So if we can fly 10 knots faster, then I will do it. We are still in the safe range, as long as we will not do any like sudden maneuvers. Yeah, I do started appreciating helicopters, because like for all of those years of flight simming, like starting with X-Plane 10, I think, I only pretty much had one helicopter, so a higher fidelity one in X-Plane, and nothing in MSFS for many years. But I just started, well, a few months ago, right, appreciating them. And it's like an exciting new adventure, I would say, although it's much more difficult, especially if you want to stream, right? And there is no autopilot. So in this one we do have one, probably one of the best autopilots ever. So this one is fine. Okay. Okay, and we should expect the observatory, I guess, in a few moments. I do have a photo of it, and it looks like an observatory, so we should be able to recognize it. Let me just gain some height, it will be easier to spot. Or not. Okay. Zoom in here and do not crash. Okay, so I think we are on the right way here. I might lose some speed. Yeah, so the point should be exactly at this POI. Yes, I think it's there. Okay. Ooh, I really like the lighthouse. You can see already from here that it looks interesting. Okay. Okay, so we have our second point of our tour. Oh, this also looks nice. This shore here with the raised cliffs. Okay, so finally some eye candy. Very nice. Wow. Okay. I really like those views here. And I think it is worth taking the helicopter, because I think if it would be higher, then you would not see how uneven this terrain is here, because many of those hills are pretty low, right? So I hope I do remember how to land it. But we are still a little bit out from this moment where we will need it. Okay, let's just lose some speed. Okay, nice. Let's go to ATT. Okay, and let's go back on track. So navigation and altitude. Okay. Will it catch the magenta line? Yeah, kind of. Okay. And IAS to set the speed, because we don't want to be too slow. Okay. So this is really like luxurious helicopter flying. Okay. If you are getting tired, you can just let the helicopter fly them itself. Okay. Let me reset the view, so you see where we are flying. And let's increase the speed a little bit more. We'll do a nice outside view. Let me just check what else we can expect on our way. So in general, this one here should be one of the bigger cities, but not one of the cities that were like named as directly being modified, but I hope it will be, okay, or at least we will see the overall quality. And then here Sapporo, which is like maybe Sapporo, okay, which is the capital of Hokkaido, right, should have a lot of new things for us. And then close to Sapporo we will have this Mount Yotei, so this active stratovolcano. Okay, so let's just gain some speed. Should be able to do this much. I'm always looking at this active here band, right? Okay, let's see. No bad weather. Do I remember how it works? I think I do. Okay, so other stuff. Nothing at the moment. I guess maybe the shore would be more interesting, like from a visual view. But I don't want it to take even more time. And I actually, or maybe it shouldn't take more time. So maybe we'll skip this city here and instead go straight to Sapporo, right? Maybe this will be more interesting. So let me just center the heading back. It is centered, okay. Let me change to heading mode. We have changed. And now I can use my trim to the sides, right? To move the heading back. So here it's nice, but it's like mostly forests and hilly terrain. So maybe the shore will be more interesting then. So one thing that I have seen on photos that looks amazing on this island are those, let me just show you, are those small lakes. Some of them like are high altitude lakes that might be cool to take a look at. I think there were a lot of photos from this one because I remember one with an island in the middle. That's saying this is something that we'll probably do in future videos, because I cannot show you all at once, right? Okay, let's do like a wonderful outside view. First, let me check if it will be not too loud. Yeah, so I did really miss it, I have to say. Although for hand flying, I think this limit, this torque limit, is kind of like a little bit annoying. I think I might be adding too much collective, because for example, like when I'm hand flying it, it very quickly reaches the limit, right? So there is like a lot of power, a lot of torque for sure. So maybe if I would just like make it slow, I guess, then it would be less susceptible to reaching this one, right? On the Discord, on the CowanSim Discord, there's like a real pilot of this one. I think his name is Tony, at least like the nickname is. And he has also shown that if you are very, very gentle, right, you can do like a lot without reaching the limit. So maybe it's just like a matter of learning it, right? Okay, this looks interesting. Let us do an outside view. Maybe you can move a little bit to the side here. Okay, we can do head tracking. And we can just take a look. Nice. I don't know, I'm just not getting tired of like the scenery in MSFS in general. I mean, it's so many years that we have it now, and still when I'm seeing like very detailed stuff, I'm like amazed every time. Okay. Let us move back. Yeah, I'm just wondering that there are no rain clouds here. Oh, did they fix it? That's strange. Yeah, because now it should draw them. Okay. Yeah, I'm just wondering what was wrong. I guess I should know it. Ooh. Once again, some great views. I mean, guys, go home and like download it. It's amazing. But like, first finish watching my movie, watching my video. Okay. Okay. Yeah, really nice. Although we are really getting close to the clouds, I guess it might have been a good choice to not cross the mountains, right? So we might have lost visibility when going there. Yeah, it really looks great. Okay. I like that on the map, if you are drawing your course, right, you can click like on any place pretty much on the map, right? And you can just plot the course on the map, and then it will be done here. Because some of those waypoints are not really like navigation objects, I guess, but just where I clicked because it was convenient, right? For the sightseeing tour today. So I didn't know, I had to check it out because I'm normally not using this map functionality, so just maybe you guys also don't know. First you have to do the what is it called? The arrival and the... So first you need to do the departure airport, then the arrival airport, And once you have those both selected, then you can click anywhere and use the option add, and then it will add points in between. Okay, so I didn't know it because I normally like either doing radio navigation using SkyVector or doing SimBrief for more modern planes. So I pretty much kind of knew about the departure and the arrival, but I didn't know that it's so easy to also draw like a more advanced course, I guess, on the map. Okay, wind, 29. Okay. Okay, the landing will be nice. Well, let's do passenger view, but first let's make sure we will not crash into anything. And there is like another function that I like here. Obviously, it's like in every plane with the 530. Yeah. So it seems like we should be safe for a time at least. Okay, so let me now go back. Let's feel like a rock star. Okay. We can turn on those lights. So let me just do it. Cabin lights. Okay, and let's go back. Ooh. Okay. And you can see those work. Sadly, in 2024, they are a little bit too bright when it's night. During the day, they are okay, but during the night, they are totally blinding. That saying, I have seen screens from 2020, and in 2020 they were okay, right? So maybe this is something that will be fixed with the 2024 version. Hello. Oh, you could see the terrain in his glasses. Okay. Okay, guys, so let's go up a little bit. Let's do this one. And I hope I do remember how it works. Okay. Are we going up? Yeah, we are. For a moment I was afraid I forgot how it works, okay? So guys, this is like something special about this aircraft, that if you have both vertical speed and IAS on, the vertical speed is being controlled by a special assignment that is normally not used, as far as I know. Just see. Here. Helicopter engine 1 beep trim increase. Okay, so when I have VS and IAS, I need this binding here to change the vertical speed. Okay, let me just make sure we are not crashing. Oops. Here you have headphones that you can take off, but sadly it's not triggering like the headphone simulation. And you also have breakers that you can pop, but to be honest, I have flown it like 30 times and never tested it. So I'm not sure if popping one of those will actually like disable one of the systems. I don't want to try it out now because who knows, maybe it's bugged, right? And the whole helicopter will bug out. So I don't want to risk it. Especially since I'm not cutting my videos, well, sometimes, but very seldom, right? So there isn't really like a way to easily fix it if I make a mistake, right? So you are seeing raw footage with all of my mistakes. Okay. Let me just see how cold it is. 17. Okay, so we don't need engine anti-ice. If you would need it, it's here. Now I actually want to go down a little bit, because now it's kind of boring if we are so high up. Okay, so we'll just... what was it? 1600, I guess. So let's go here. Okay, and let's descend. We can do a nice outside view, those mountains here. yeah, I don't know, like this S76 is one of my favorite aircraft. Like for a moment it was probably the favorite ever, right? Because normally I'm kind of doing a rotation of aircraft, but this one I was flying non-stop for a couple of months when it came out. It's kind of sad that like the developer seems to be a little bit depressed, I guess, because it's his like most complicated aircraft pretty much, and you can see the effort like everywhere, but at the same time like it doesn't sell well, doesn't have very good reviews. It's kind of sad, right? Because it might also cause the developers to kind of avoid complicated aircraft in the future, right? If a very simple helicopter is getting great reviews and one that was like years of work because of the complexity is not really selling, then I can also understand them. But let's just hope that he will not give up, right? And that there will be like a 2024 version, maybe some additional patches that will fix all of the remaining issues. Let's say they are not that many. Most of them like are visual, like you could see the blinking. I'm not sure if he will be able to fix this torque limit here, because it might be really like a problem with what Asobo is doing. Okay, so I guess we can cross here. Wow, the wind. The winds are nice today. Okay, so let me make sure. Do we have heading mode? We do. So let's just go along the shore. With those beautiful valleys here. I'm just wondering if I still have the searchlight bound. Let me just see. Okay, so it's here. Do I have... I hope I didn't know. It's still bound to moving the light here. Okay. So you can use it as a true searchlight. Wow. That's some turbulence. So maybe let's make our guests strap on. I don't know, I have something like for aircraft that have the seatbelt switch. It's just so satisfying to operate it for some reason. It must have been like a bus. No. Buses actually have no seatbelts. Oh, maybe they do. Yeah, maybe some of them, but like everybody ignores them, right? It's a long time since I have seen anybody being strapped on like in a long-range bus. Although lately I was, when we were like in Norway, right? And we were like driving in those crazy mountains and there was like totally thick fog. Then I think I was the first person in the bus who has like, what is it called? Not closed the seat belts, but like, you know what I mean, right? I've used them. Yeah, this was pretty scary, but also like beautiful. Okay, let us take a look at the map. So we can clear some of this stuff here. Are we clearing it? I mean, kind of. Yeah. Let's just see here. Okay, so this will be pretty high. And after this, we will already have Sapporo, right? Ah, beautiful. Okay. Okay, so let's take over. Let me just see. Oh, this might have been the wind causing us to crab. I mean, not crab, crab, crabby. Okay. Okay, some nice coastal city here. I think then later we do have some of those, not fans, not ventilators. God, English is hard. You know, the ones that you use to produce electricity. Okay, let me just center my pedals. Some strange things going on with this wind here along the shore. but it might be due to us overspeeding a little bit. Oh, so there seems to be even snow on those mountains. Interesting. Just try to find the center of my pedals. Okay. Very nice. Although I have to say, like, not all of the buildings, I guess, look like very Japanese, but like, for example, the radio masts always do, right? Okay, maybe let's have some fun and follow this road here. Hope I will not crash. Okay, we are overspeeding, and then it can be felt that we don't have like full control. It's like very, very fast to overspeed this one. Just get rid of the sound. Still need to work on the camera views. I do hope that they will bring Chase Plane for 2024. It's like an application that currently only works in 2020, and it allows you to use like an alternate system for your like inside views, outside views, and you can have some like cinematic standard outside views, which would be great for me. So I'm always turning the camera too fast, right? Which is not very pleasant to look at. Okay. Okay, so those here are nice, but it's like nothing special. So you will see how it will be with Sapporo, right? Okay, we're speeding again. So let's take out some of the power here. And I guess we will just go over the mountain before us. Oops, power lines. They are not modeled, right? I mean, it's custom scenery, so you never know. Normally they are not. Still, let's do it like in a realistic way and try to avoid them. Okay, and let's climb, so otherwise we won't make it. Ooh. Okay. Not sure if it's the river going down here. It looks nice. Just make sure that we'll be able to make it here. Yeah, I was expecting just like one mountain top it seems like it's pretty long. Okay. This flying reminds me like of the mission that we have, this like humanitarian mission where you had to fly really close to the mountain tops and to the treetops to not get detected. I really need to come back to this campaign that I have started. I was just waiting all of the time for the update to the mission hub that is supposed to come now for longer, but it's not really coming. As far as I know, it's because they want to add a lot of missions, right? Also for the people on the Xbox, because it's supposed to be starting to work on the Xbox, right? But it's not working yet. So when it will start working, they will want to be able to offer them missions, right? I see we are at our power limit. So can we make this one? No, wait, that fix it. Maybe you can do the one in front of us. Okay, so high in the clouds. Now we can see some rain. Okay, not only visually, but also like on the radar. No, this never ends. Okay, so maybe should have taken, do you want to take this one? I think it will be also pretty high, so this will not change much. We could go along the water, maybe faster and more exciting. Okay, so let's maybe do it. I didn't even know that they have like many mountains that are snow covered. I was thinking it's like only the Fuji one. It seems like it's more. Okay, overspeeding, so this is something that we don't want to do. Not much, at least, because then the helicopter is clearly getting unstable. So let's just remove this one. Okay, we can also hear now the rotor blade snap, like changing. Okay, still 25 knots wind. So I guess wind is just something that we need to be used to. Are we getting closer? I think we should for this one. Yeah, this reminds me of Jurassic Park. Okay, so some city before us. Or maybe it's not a city yet. Let's just go over water. Not overspeed too much. So we'll get a better feeling. And we can also change this one here. Okay, let's not land in the water, please. Okay. Just looking at the radar altimeter all of the time. It's hard to get a feeling for how low we are. Now it's 200 feet. So it's totally safe. Totally safe. Okay. And we are nearing Sapporo. And I can see some rain ahead. Okay, another radio tower. Yeah, I mean this rain wall over the water really looks great. I mean, in MSFS everything like is a little bit over dramatic, I would say, like stuff looks too cool, but still, I don't care. It really looks great. Lately I was considering getting this Rex Atmos plugin, but I've watched some like comparison videos, and it does look great, but I'm not sure if I like it better than the standard one. That's saying, maybe I will check it out. I will see. Haven't decided yet. Okay, so some turbulence over the mountain here. Oh, nice, it starts here in the water. Okay, some trim. Interesting. Looks like differently than on the map. So on the map it looked like a big flat area. Here, yeah, we are probably not there yet, I would assume. It's probably over the next mountains. Yeah. Oops, turbulence. Okay, so let's use this clearing, I mean the one in the clouds before us, because around it the weather is not very good. It's hard to be able to know how fast you are exactly, because like when you look around, like visually, it seems to be kind of slow, but at the same time we are on the edge of overspeeding all of the time. Yeah, those woods here look a little bit more generic, I guess. The ones like in the north, the colored ones were really amazing. Okay, let me add some speed. I mean, like collective pitch, I guess. Okay, we can do it. Let's not come too close to the mountains, because there's still a lot of wind, right? And some turbulence, so just to make sure that we will not crash. Yeah, it would be a shame after those views today. And once again, I just have the feeling that I should add speed, right? I should increase the speed. At the same time, I'm already at the limit. And here you can see some of those like orange-ish, brownish trees. So last time when I was flying here, this year ago, I guess, I saw a lot of objects that look like golf club, like those curses, right? The places where you play golf, okay? And I was wondering if it's really what it is, or if it was like something entirely different, like very specific for the culture around what they are doing here. Okay, so those mountains didn't look to take up so much space on the map as they really did. Yeah. Okay, so we do have some message here. Oh, fuel flow. Oh, so we are close to being... Okay. I did load a lot of fuel, like 70-80%, but it's almost like 200 miles, right? So maybe this time, maybe let's land, I guess. Might be much smarter to do. But we still need to reach Sapporo. In the end, you can always refuel in the air. This is something that I would like to avoid. If we will need to cross even more mountains here, I'm afraid we might just not have the range to reach Mount Yotei, right? Okay, some very nice valleys here. Okay, some very nice turbulence here. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised, right? Flying all of the time on overspeed, well, even if it's slight overspeed, is probably not very economic when it comes to the fuel burn. And let me just add some power, and you will be going. Oops. Just want to have a direct to the airport. Yeah, so it seems like we will have to fuel up. And then we might look at like Mount Yotei in the next ones. I think we have seen like lots and awesome stuff on the way here, especially the weather, just perfect. Okay, so second tank. Center the view. Let's get some proper landing lights. So we will do a round or two. Will we? I'm looking at the fuel all of the time. We might add a little bit, but we will see. Let me just check what the amount is here. 170. Okay, so let's just observe it, see how fast it goes down. And if it will be too fast, we will sadly have to cheat a little bit. And for the next time I will know just to go with full tanks, right, for sightseeing. Okay, so how much is it now? The same. So there is a chance that we will do some sightseeing. Okay? So once again, Sapporo, right, the capital of Hokkaido. It's the second largest island. And we will see how it looks like. I mean, there might be also some POIs from the first update, right? The first world update, but we will see. Okay, I think we can center heading back. Am I crashing? Kind of. This is not something that we want. Okay. Here, autopilot, heading, and altitude. Okay, let's reduce the speed a little bit. So this might use up some less fuel then. Okay, now we can show you some outside views. Okay, let's do another check. Oh, we lost 20. Okay. Okay, so the airport is supposed to be somewhere here. I mean, I couldn't wish for like better weather. This looks very dramatic. It's even more dramatic if you are almost out of fuel. Okay. And what's the speed? 19. Okay, so not that bad. I mean, the wind speed. Okay. Okay guys, so sadly I will have to cheat a little bit, okay? And we will just add a little bit fuel, right? So for the cheating, do not be so serious, okay? I hope I didn't mess it up even more. No, it's fine. It's now 290. Okay, let us gain some height. Okay, and now we can also gain some speed. And we can take a look around. Nice river here. Yeah, so the helicopter is clearly crabbing in the direction of the wind. Okay, outside view. So here you can see the industrial area, I would guess. Well, it's throwing us around pretty wildly. Okay, another radio tower. Okay, here is the airport. Okay, the trees look interesting. Like they would be like cut down to create those geometric like forms that we are seeing. Okay, okay. Yeah, looks really impressive. Oh, this looks interesting. With how ordered this is. I mean, this looks strange. This is like too much order. Okay, okay. Looks nice. Can I? Whoops. Didn't want to do this, but like luckily it's on automatic. Okay, let's do some more outside views. Yeah, interesting that they have so much like unused space, right? Just wondering what it is for, because like from what I know, Japan is like very tightly settled, right? So that they can afford to have so many empty green spaces. You can go down a little bit, not too much. Okay, so some kind of business district, I would assume. Yeah, I mean, the quality is really good. Like the average quality, right? Not even taking into consideration like any of those special buildings. So we can turn on those like points of interest in the settings. So 1 second. Here, landmark markers. Okay. Okay, interesting. Let me just move in this direction. I'm always wondering what it depends on what the active one is that is showing the description. The same normally botanic garden. Okay. Oh, radio tower. This is something new. Okay. Let me just make sure we are not doing anything stupid here. Doesn't look like it. Let's take a look at this. It's probably not Daiwa. Still, I'm kind of interested in this one. Okay, some outside view, as this is supposed to be sightseeing, so I want you to enjoy it. But it seems to be too loud. Let me throttle it down a little bit. Okay, so this is really tightly settled, right? I mean, but still, they do have those green areas, although they are not as creepy as the first ones that were like so precisely cut and cultivated. So one area that I wanted to fly in was Rio de Janeiro, right? It was like lately updated, and there are a lot of very challenging helicopter landing places. I was kind of like initially training there, but there is like so much updrafts and downdrafts along those landing places that it's really hardcore. Well, at least in the Alouette, right? So maybe when one day I will be like a perfect helicopter pilot, I will try to do a movie, I mean a video there. I can already see the wind throwing us around. Okay, outside view. Yeah, I mean, it really looks good. It looks much better than New York, where we were flying. Oh, okay, now I understand. It's like a canal, like in Terminator, where they were running away from the truck. Only that they have more grass in this one. Okay, the cemetery, historical village of Hokkaido. Okay, so let's do it. But I would like a little bit more altitude, please. Oops, not minus. Okay, minus is not helping. Okay. Maybe a little bit more. So we can see it's getting higher and higher, the terrain here. And I guess I will reduce the speed a little bit, so it will be easier to react to those changes in terrain. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it looks great and it performs great. I mean, we do have the DLSS on, right, which always helps. But in this case, I mean, New York, even with DLSS, is sometimes laggy. And this is performing really well. Well, this weather here, I'm not sure if I want to go there. Let me just play around with the GPS, just make sure that we are not running into it. Whoa, this wind. Okay. Japanese wind is really wild. Come on, now I'm afraid to look at the GPS because I'm afraid that we will lose control of the helicopter. Let me just throttle down the speed so we will be a little bit more stable in the flight. Okay. So why can I not clear? Oh, I could. Okay. Okay, now it's much better. Another lookout. Okay. Nice and slow, steady. So flight plan. Okay, runway is already marked. So give me a direct. Okay, nice. And let's just fly there. Do I want to use the autopilot? Yeah, I guess. Okay, so you see the photogrammetry is not loading, or maybe it's just the end of the city here, right? Some nice tower there. Let me just take a look. Okay, this looks cool. You guys have to admit. Okay. So let me take a look at the wind. So there's a lot of wind. Now it's from the left. Okay. Can I just zoom in and see where the runway is? No. Okay, so we will see once we are there. Okay, now we can go down a little bit. Okay, and VS. Okay, and steadily, let's get a look. Okay. This is a little bit too artistic, I guess. It still looks great. Sadly, because of this one, we cannot really see where we are flying. Can we see a runway? No. Okay. So let's just continue then. Oh, it's like... Huh? Let me just see... Why it's runway just like a random point here? Runway, okay. Oh, strange. Okay, but we will see. I mean, it's a helicopter. We will be able to land either way. Yeah, let's maybe land on the runway with this high, whoa, 23 knot side wind, okay? It's kind of pushing us away. Okay, I'll just go down a little bit more. Is it really? No, it seems like I might have messed up and this is not really the landing place. It's not really the threshold of the runway here. Oh, okay, now it makes sense. Oh, and actually this runway goes into the wind. Okay, so should be fine. I think this is the airport then. Yeah. Okay, but this through this wind, really wild. Okay, so let's just go to SAS. Take over control. Make sure we have no handbrake. Yes. Is this? Yeah, it is. Okay. And we will do a nice circle. Yeah, the level of detail is really great. And once again, these tightly packed buildings. I do hope there is some like illumination to this runway. Okay, I can see it. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I was flying like planes for too long because now I instinctively want to like use the flaps, right? That we don't have. Oh, Sapporo Beer Museum. How could we like miss this one? Okay. Do they have a runway that's going into the wind? I guess this kind of does. Okay, let me just center the view. Okay, the wind is not so bad here. So it was only bad, well, higher up, I guess. Okay, and this was the landing. Yay, helicopter flying. Okay, I guess we can do like a taxi. Okay, so maybe let's do a hover taxi. Okay, because it's just too easy if you are rolling around. Okay, and at least I will be able to have some training. Yeah, now I'll crash in a second and then everybody will laugh. Okay. Are we hovering? Yeah, we are. Okay. Ooh, tight turn. Okay. Okay. Let's just... Okay. I'm not sure if those lights are placed correctly. Yeah, probably not. Yeah, so once we land, I mean like properly land, I will take a look if this is like custom airport, because to be honest I don't remember. They just said that they have added like those points of interest here. Yeah. Just go lower, so it's like more proper taxiing, and also let's be slower. It's supposed to be walking speed for it to count. Yeah, still not perfect. Okay, is it walking speed? Is it low? Is it great? Almost. Okay. Oh wow, this thing on the right side. Yay. Okay. So I guess we had enough eye candy for today. Okay, so for a second you can look at ugly stuff. Okay. Okay, so let me look around if there is anything, any nice place where I would like to... Is it like a helicopter landing place or is it not? I'm not sure. But let's land here. Looks like a good place for us, okay? Huh? Is it down? Okay. This looks interesting. Okay. Ta-da! Just do outside view. It's for a very small helicopter, I guess. But it should check out. Okay, guys. So this was like the first showcase of the new Japan pack. As you could see, like both the city of Sapporo looks amazing, and also the countryside, right, looks amazing. We have a lot of like very nice valleys, mountain valleys with a lot of detail, like small towns in between. So I cannot wait to also check out the other island, and I will try to figure out like a new idea for a flight. That saying, we can look at some stats. Right, rounding stats was smooth. I think like this wasn't very complicated in this case. And I also do have like a recording. So let me just stop the recording. And and move it here. Replay. Okay. Okay, and we will see this exciting landing here, like with 2 knots speed. Okay. From the perspective of our great guests in this case. Good that they don't know what like vortex is. Wow, exciting. Yeah, next time I will try to land on something that is like more, that is smaller and more challenging, right? Yeah. Okay, I guess we can do just last one. Stop replay and replay. Okay, move it a little bit up. I want to check something that I have learned lately. Okay, let's go to this. Not follow, but lock. Okay, not sure if this will work, but we will see. Okay, now I will move to the threshold here. Moving, moving, moving. For some cinematic effects. Okay, let's stay here. And let's hope that this will kind of work. Resume replay, and we can even okay, we can see us coming. I'm not sure about the lock here. I'm not sure what it's locking. So I guess I will need to look it up. Wow, like straight out of Hollywood. Okay, this is something that I will need to work on. Okay, guys, I don't want to waste your time. I'm sure many of you will want to try out like the update as soon as possible. So have fun with it, right? And we see each other in future GA flying videos. Thank you, guys. Bye bye.